we feel is going through all types of physical and mental torture. But that's all right, because we said even before this happened, and we're going to say it after this, and after I'm locked up, and after everybody's locked up, that you can jail revolutionaries, but you can't jail a revolution. Right. You might run a liberator like Eric Cleave out the country, but you can't run liberation out the country. You might murder a freedom fighter like Bobby Hutton, but you can't murder freedom fighting. And if you do, you come up with answers that don't answer, explanations that don't explain. You come up with conclusions that don't conclude. And you come up with people that you thought should be acting like pigs, that's acting like people and moving on pigs. And that's what we've got to do. So we're going to see about Bobby, regardless of what these people think we should do. Because school is not important and work is not important. Nothing's more important than stopping fascism, because fascism will stop us all.
Hello, guys. Welcome to the 1804. Today we'll be discussing mainly the French training going on that's about to go down in Haiti. We'll touch on that. Potential help from the Canada, but outside of the Haiti, in terms of setting up an office in the Dominican Republic. We'll get into that as well. And also a 3-part article came out for Canada Files that I want to cover some bases with you guys in there too. It's a great article. I recommend you guys to go read it. I'll share with you guys once we get to that point. Okay. So first off, we had a tweet here from Fabrice Mourier. He's the ambassador to Haiti from France, and he has a tweet here. Arrival in Haiti on June 13th of the first raid team, whose purpose will be to train SWAT police officers for 1 month. They will then be able to train their colleagues. Cooperation between Haiti and France in favor of PNH officials continues closer to the field. So basically, it's not the first time they've done this. In the past, there's been French training. There's always been Canadian French training, as well as just current U.S. training down there in terms to help form a SWAT team, a Haitian or a Haitian special unit for Haiti. Because back in also March, I'll read this here. From March 1st to March 15th, this is from ecit.com. From March 1st to March 15th, 2 experts from the elite French unit, research assistance, intervention, dissuasion, raid, provided training for the benefit of 35 new agents newly assigned to the Brigade d'Intervention et de Recherche of the National Police of Haiti. The units of the BRI engaged in the fight against gangs took part in the course, which made it possible to provide the basis of intervention of the anti-gang units. During the training, many training sessions were carried out in various contexts, such as urban guerrilla warfare, arrest in closed environment and on public roads, intervention with armored vehicles, etc. So it's not the first time they've gone down. And now, my only thing with this, right? Surface level, it looks great. They're providing help for the police, which actually does need support and help, and they could use some training as well. However, when you look at the basis of it, why, and this is to where like 2 ways. Why are they there for only 1 month? What type of meaningful training in terms of police officers? What can they really get out of this for a 1 month training based on the ambassador from France to Haiti had tweeted that they're gonna do. Here the CIT article doesn't show how. Shows that here from they're there for 15 days earlier during the year, about 2 weeks, a little more than 2 weeks. So what in terms of help, I don't see how they can provide meaningful help or training to Haitian National Police, considering the fact that they're only there short term. They go there for 2 weeks, leave. Here, there for a month, and then leave with a type of different course. Even in training and practice, repetition, I believe repetition is important too. So I don't know how many real life scenarios or practices that the Haitian National Police will have by doing this as well, because there's 1 month of training. There's no curriculum and all that posted, but I'm sure there's not enough that you can learn in 1 month that you can apply for a long-term problem in Haiti, which is basically insecurity, and mainly helping find gangs, considering the fact that they're heavily most of them, at least the bigger ones, are heavily funded, right? So these are the things you got to look in terms of international help, and I'm this is why I always try to compare, and all two different situations. But I always try and compare the help we're seeing here relatively to the help, the money that is getting poured to Ukraine. So you got to look into that too. And just to give you an example, like for example, Haiti, we had Canada and US help deliver, I think it's 4 or 5 so far, armored trucks for the Haitian National Police, which is great, which was purchased. Then again, some of them, I think most of them were purchased by the government, but we've got about 5 or 6 down there, armored vehicles as well, training too. And then compare that to what the Canada or US are giving to Ukraine in terms of just weaponry. It's You can see the contrast, and I'll just get it here. It's an accurate list, but this is the all the help from, if you go in on Wikipedia, list of military aid to Ukraine during the Russia-Ukrainian war, it'll give you all the help from every country that contributed. It'll give you help. Oh, I realize I'm not sharing my screen. Give me 1 sec here. Yeah, list of military aid to Ukraine during the Russia-Ukrainian war. So if I just go to Canada, I'm not even talking even the financial help. That's a different discussion. But even the weaponry, um, military gear. There's one specifically. So that's the type of weaponry they're using. 8 Leopard 2A4 tanks. If Haiti, and just for example, if you provide a Haiti police training to operate those tanks, and then they potentially use those tanks to go out, I'm sure they would be great help as well compared to the armored vehicles as well. That they even have um weapons to destroy the armored vehicles. A few of them did get destroyed. There's videos of that too. 39 armored combat support vehicles. So if you look closely, these look a lot like the armored vehicles that Haiti's been purchasing, and some of them donated by Canada and the US. But look at this more heavy duty one available. And keep in mind, Ukraine, I know it's a different situation, but when you really look into it, the war, you'll see the war was really provoked by NATO and the US. But that's besides the point. But which one I'm trying to make here is that they've gotten 36 of these, right? And they barely had to ask for it. And they've gotten 36, and Haiti's scrapping for like 5, 6. Imagine if we had even 10, 16, 20 of these war on the ground to take down gangs, and more people able to use it. It would definitely help. And these also look like they're more heavy duty and more equipped to take down. Well, obviously the war machines, war vehicles, but they're more equipped to take down the gangs and what they've been using or been getting donated by Canada and the US as well. And just to go into financial aid, 2.45 billion dollars in loans, 600 half a billion, a little more than half a billion the government to Ukraine, 35 million for mine clearing, and another 34.6 million for fuel and other equipment. And then if I go down, this is my favorite one, the US. Oh. And keep in mind, I know there's a war going on too, but if you look at all this equipment here, and I don't even want to get into the financial the finances and how much they're getting as well, but armed personal care, 300 M113s, 200 armored medical treatment vehicles. That'll be great too for the poor zones down in Haiti that do actually need help. And since there's no actual like health system or hospital system down there as well, this type of equipment would be very resourceful for doctors, nurses, or any type of clinics, because most of them are clinics out there, to get help and bring people into these hospitals and clinics for help as well. Now back to actually the now military equipment. Over 10,000 Javelin anti-armor systems, over 60,000 other anti-armor systems munitions, over 4,000 tube launch, optically tracked, wide guided. So basically a bunch of anti-tank um, missiles as well that were donated. And then if you're going to the ammunition, 68 trucks and 124 trailer transport heavy equipment, 6 armored utility trucks. So not compared to two, but you'll see if when a country actually does want to provide help, they do it without a heartbeat and no questions asked, and look at how much they're getting provided to do so. And then compared to Haiti, really, that makes you try to wonder, well, are they really trying to help, or do they have other intentions in this type of constant foreign aid and military intervention as well? So just wanted to point out, back to the in terms of the police training. I don't think it's going to do much really in the long term. I think it's good. I'm sure some of the police will retain some of the whatever the French police or SWAT unit. I don't know what they are. The French trainees, whoever to come in to train them, they'll definitely get some knowledge out of that. But in terms of long term help, it won't make much of a difference. So we'll see how this goes, but there's always going to be some constant training. It's the same thing when after the coup d'etat, there were Canadian troops training Haitian National Police, but really, well, that's another story for another day. But it didn't really provide in the long term. It didn't really do much.